skcu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
It's 1:39 right here in the studios of Freedom FM. It's time for Hot Topics, St. Kitts and Nevis. This is Issue St. Kitts and Nevis right here on Freedom FM. It's a Tuesday afternoon, so we have Mr. Nobian Griot here. Nobian, man, telling you welcome back, because last week you had a whole show without me.
And I would be offended. I should be telling you welcome back. Yes.
So Nubian is here, and we are ready for Hot Topics. Today is the 19th of August, the best month of the year, by the way. The 19th of August, 2025. So Nubian, how is it going? What's up?
Well, I want to say happy birthday, because it was your birthday just the other day, just in case the whole world did not know. Do you want to tell the world that?
No, Junior tell the world.
Okay, Junior, tell the world?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I want to reiterate it. Correct, yeah.
Thank you. I saw listen, let me tell y'all, right? When all you want to meet me and ask me questions about Nubian is my friend, you know? Listen, Nubian wrote a comment on my Facebook wall. That was the birthday greeting. Thanks for the birthday greeting on the Facebook.
Yeah, I know you've been busy all around.
Doing what?
Hopping from flight to flight all over the world. So,
So you had to catch me on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't ever catch you in person. Between you and the private jet, I don't know.
You may have a point.
Correct.
You may have a point. So today's hot topic. What's the hot topic?
Today, the hot topic that I was asked to bring to the forefront is about back to school and the pressures that the families are under during this particular moment in time. The books are expensive, the uniforms are expensive, and everything associated with back to school costs a significant amount of monies that the families don't have. And that is the point. It didn't matter if the books are expensive and you got a little money, you could still buy them. But they are very expensive and you don't have any money, but you still have to buy them. And so finding possible solutions, like in Central Bastia, in my constituency, we have a back to school. Right. And trying to assist, trying to help out, trying to ease the financial burdens on the families in the different communities. And you see it more when you're canvassing. You see the type of struggles that the regular family have to go through on a normal basis.
In order to make ends meet.
And
that is intensified at this time of the year.
Yes.
Especially for families that have a lot of children.
Yes.
For me, I only had one child to put through school. So it was, while it wasn't always the easiest task, I could only imagine having to, and I've said this before right here, I could only imagine having to buy 5 pairs of school shoes.
Exactly. And how much a pair of school shoes cost?
I don't even know.
$250 at least?
Yeah.
$250 at least.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people might say, oh...
who tell them get 5 children?
Who tell them get 5 children? Or they got cheaper shoes. So, live within your means.
Yes, but what I realized with the cheaper shoes, right, is that I'm going to have to buy shoes now, and then by October, I'm going to have to buy another pair of shoes because they're cheap. They don't last long.
And that's the reason why they're cheap.
Exactly. There is when people are speaking about cheap fashion and cheap shoes and, living within your means, there's a discussion worldwide now about sustainable fashion.
Right.
Because instant fashion is a thing where you buy cheap clothes, cheap shoes, and it's affecting the environment because you're throwing them away fast because they don't last.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So is it important to say, well, let me buy these pair of shoes for $20 or save and try to get a good quality item that costs more because you're going to spend more in the long run.
Yeah. It's like way back then in the past when everybody had a radio in the house, listen to ZXZ News in the afternoon. And
because freedom wasn't there yet.
And Christian Bible Club and all those stuff.
Radio Paradise,
where you listen like the Bible stories in the afternoon and all of that. You would buy a good radio, and it would last you for years.
Yes.
But if you buy a cheap $15 radio, in 3 months, it won a part that you would never get here in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
And so just dealing with the point that you just made is that sometimes buying the more expensive things that might last a bit longer could save you at the end of the day, because you might not want to buy a $300 pair of shoes, so you buy $150, and by December,
not even December, especially when you have boys.
Yeah.
By October, you have to buy another piece.
Listen, coming home from Irish Town School, every can you see in the street, you want to kick it. You can play football in the school, you can play basketball in the school, you can run up and down the place, you can kick every can while you're coming home. The shoestring them gonna mash up. By December, you're ready for next year again.
Yes.
As opposed to probably getting something a bit more expensive, but at the same time, doable. And so the families now have to decipher between that conundrum as to how to dress my children well and send them to school. It's not about fashion, it's about education. But still, you don't want your child to be the laughing stock of the whole class.
And then the children are wearing uniform anyway, and the uniform has a cost.
Yes.
Right? You want your children to be properly equipped for school. That means books. That means exercise books. That means bags, rulers, pens, pencils.
And the textbook, the cost of the textbooks, them, right? I could tell you, because I am catering right now for about 5 children in school and college. The books, the cost of these books are prohibitive. Yeah, I can't wait for them to start to study online, where you just download a PDF file and they just read through it.
Trust me, I have a book list here, right here in my hand, because I was checking out the cost of the books. One book is $100, you know.
Exactly.
And I'm like, this is a child. This is a child in at the lower level, a little child.
Right.
So
like
can you imagine grade 6?
1. Yeah.
High school?
When children doing 11 subjects, and so you need, sometimes the books have part 1 and part 2, or the workbook and the actual textbook. So you have to get 3 books for one subject. So at the end of the day, the child going in school with a suitcase of books, dragging going. And all those books there almost cost over that money. And then you gotta look at, if your child ain't doing too well, then you gotta look at extra classes to beef up what they're missing in school. And it's a lot on the parents them. And then sometimes you gotta pay for some of your exams them. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And parents, especially in low economic conditions, are struggling. And this period of time is one of the times where parents gotta work magic to get the children into school. And you ain't even sure if they're gonna come up with the subjects them that you're being paid and hurting up your head over. You buy all of these textbooks to still get a disappointing response at the end of the year. You know, so it's really, really difficult on parents.
So assistance. How can we ensure that there is assistance for parents? I know that there is the government program that helps with school uniforms. There's some assistance in that regard. You are doing the back to school drive.
Right,
Tell us a little bit about that.
We'll be doing like a care package. So that package would have like a water bottle, so that you don't.
And these are non-branded items.
No, they're not branded at all. Because even before politics, I was doing it in the past. So
we did it last year.
Yeah, we did it last year as well. And so it's non-branded items, because you give somebody a PAM book or a PAM water bottle, it creates an issue. Well, why may I put my child in politics? And parents are right. And I have never done it. I have no intentions of doing it.
I don't even know if that's allowed in school. Is it?
I don't know. I
don't think so.
I don't know. And so we're doing books, pens, pencils, geometry sets, stuff like that. I said, like a plastic water bottle, a reusable plastic water bottle, because a lot of time you got to take your water to school. at least you have a water bottle to take.
And it's better for the environment. It's cheaper on the
Exactly,
parents. You
right.
buy one bottle and you refill it.
When you get home, or you could put your little juice in it or something like that. So it's small stuff like that that would at least ease a couple $100 worth of burden of
The
parents at the end of the day. And to me, it's a help. When you look at the condition that certain people live in, it's a help at the end of the day. And especially for parents who have to cater for 3, 4, 5 children, elderly folks, pensioners who have
their grandchildren caring for them, yes.
And the pension in the best at the end of the day. So you got to take up all of that, decide if I can buy food or I can buy books. And then the kids end up struggling. So just to alleviate some of the pressure, alleviate some of the burden for these families. Up to this morning, I received a call from a lady in West Farm asking if I could give her one of those packages for at least her granddaughter. And I told her yes. Because she needs it, you know.
I love that, Barry, because you could have easily said that constituency 2 is big and you may not have enough, right? But the fact that you saw the need and the lady's need and you decided to help, that's commendable.
Yeah, because it's not because there is nothing political for me to gain from her in giving it to her.
No.
Because she would never vote for me. But she needed, and that was enough for me to say yes at the end of the day.
And it's children.
Yes.
I feel like when you're giving back to children and the elderly, the more vulnerable amongst us, it is important to give to them because they're in a position where they can't help themselves. You understand?
Right.
And we want our children to do well. Every year when we hear the CXC examinations, the results come out, everybody is all excited.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how so-and-so did, and well, you were excited to find out how so-and-so were getting books throughout the years?
Listen.
Marissa
Grant Tate, her daughter got 20 subjects.
Yeah, over a period of time.
Correct. Yeah. And that's commendable. That takes work, that takes dedication, that takes effort.
Is absolutely awesome.
But I have my little story too. My daughter, she just graduated grade 6 and she done the 2 CXC. She did 2 CXCs in grade 6.
Fantastic.
You know? And so she make a lot of noise. Oh, it's too much of work. I just in grade 6. She gave me all these extra classes and all these extra this and all these extra that. But
going
it's into first farm,
a lot of people don't like that. But you know how I feel about that. I don't feel like it is important, and this is just my opinion. And as I said, my opinion is not always the most conventional, but I don't feel like I need to make any child struggle with a lot of subjects in 5th form. If you could get 2 in 2nd form, get 3 in 3rd form, however much in 4th form, you have your subjects.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody going back to see when you did them.
Yeah.
The important thing is that you have them, right? And you're qualified for what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I just love that. Giving the children and it's less pressure because she was in grade 6. She did this. Even if she wasn't successful, she had opportunities in the future where she could do it again.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
So I love being able to give children those opportunities.
Right. And so, big up Julia. She did 2. This was her first.
Which 2 she did?
She did EDPM and Spanish.
Okay.
Just 2.
Okay.
Give her something not too
makes sense.
Too difficult. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then now that she's going into first farm, she would do another 2 of her choosing. I let her choose.
Also, you made the choice this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she wasn't affair with what to choose.
EDPM is, pretty standard.
Right.
And then she speaks Spanish, so.
Right. Yeah. So she got her 1 in Spanish.
Fantastic. And that's important as well because a lot of children are able to speak Spanish, but they can't read and write in Spanish. So, congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations, Julia. And so, moving forward, she would get some more as she progressed because I guess every parent should have a plan, a structured plan for their children's education. But sometimes in some families, it's difficult.
Exactly.
It's difficult to plan because you can either have to choose between your child's education or your child's nutrition. And that's a difficult place to be. Very, very,
And
very
when you're
difficult
speaking
place to be.
about children having those opportunities, you realize we're taking that for granted as well because it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't afford to send their children to the extra classes for them to do those subjects either.
Right.
I remember doing an interview with the Sadler Secondary School, and I'm going to shout out the Sadler Secondary School because that is a part of their actual curriculum, where they allow children in the school with the resources of the school to do subjects before fifth form.
Right.
And for me, that's absolutely amazing because, again, even if a child is not successful the first time, at least they have the opportunity to do it again.
Correct.
And the teacher is a part of the makeup of the school. And this is not something that is done across all schools.
Right.
So it took some vision by the teachers there to decide this is what we're doing.
Yeah. And we need to do more. We need to get more creative in means of providing opportunities for our children. We need to get creative in means of how we empower our children to
And
lead
all
our
children.
nation. All children.
All children.
At the end of the day, these are our future leaders.
Because we may be able to do it. I may be able to do it for my child. You can
Yes.
do it for yours. But what about the children who don't have anybody to advocate for them?
Exactly.
Those are the ones where we need to have policies in place for
Yes.
those children to ensure that they are successful. How many times you hear, I'm certain that when you were in school, there were children who were brilliant
Yeah.
and ended up not doing anything just because they didn't have the opportunities.
Correct. I know a young lady, and she was at one of my town halls, and I made the point, and she was a state scholar. And at the end of the day, she got a job as a security guard. How do you move from there to there? And it's that same thing, the support structure that you have in place, the persons that out there that would make sure that you not fall through the crack. I was talking to a man this morning,
And then that job was taken.
and the job was still taken. Talking to a man this morning, he said, as a big man, he couldn't read because when he was a youngster, he had to quit school to take care of his mother and make sure his other siblings can go to school. This morning,
And
right in front of the house.
sometimes we think, because I was of the opinion that those things happened to people a long time ago, like, our grandparents' age and that kind of thing, right? And because I came from a background where everybody in my class could read, right? And then when I went to high school and I realized, but no, people in high school, junior high, people in high school can't read?
Yeah.
How? And it was, for me, it was just shocking.
How do a child pass through a whole education system and not be able to read? There is a class called reading. And that teacher in that class should make sure that
Children
every child
can't even
can read.
identify letters.
I've been in situations where big men couldn't identify the names on a piece of paper.
Me too.
And so we look at the system and how the system allowed children to fall through the crack. I'll give you a next example. There's a young lady that lives close to where I live. She probably just made 16. And she dropped out of school like 2 years ago.
At 14.
14. And so now, did the school miss her presence? Did they
But
ask,
the law says that a child is supposed to be in school until they're 16. That's the law?
Did they ask, well, where is so-and-so? Why she hasn't come to school? Let's contact her parents. Let's contact social services. Let's call the cops. Let's figure out, why is this child not coming to school? Did she transfer to a different school? The answer is no. What she does, she has a job. So that's somebody there that fell through the crack. What type of example would she be able to give properly to her children whenever she gets children? We're just creating a society, I don't know what to call it.
Because we sit back and we turn a blind eye. And I keep saying this, what we're supposed to talk about, we don't talk about. When we're supposed to mind people's business, we're minding the business in that. People concerned about adults and what they do and where they're going and this and that and this and that. But our children, we see them going down a path where it's not necessarily the right path, and instead of pulling them up, we chat them. Yeah. We don't chat them to the authorities. We don't do anything that is helpful. We do it in a way to tear them apart, right? And that's something I could never comprehend. This competition where I have a daughter and you have a daughter and you don't want my daughter to succeed because, I don't know, it takes away from your child. And for me, it's our children, right? I am so happy when I hear that my friends' children or somebody I know or a child that I've seen growing up do well, because it means more for the society. Why we always want to pull people apart, pull people down. Mm-hmm. And we're not, it's like we glorifying that. We get happy when we see these things happening instead of putting things in place to ensure that they don't happen.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Because I'm saying, why did not the school, after 3 weeks or even after a week, well, where is this particular student?
Exactly.
Did she transfer? Has she left the island? What is the status? And there's a mechanism in place to lodge a complaint, well, I'm not seeing this child, to the headmistress, the director, whoever it is, and in turn, they pass off that information to social services. Because it's a child. It's a child.
This is a local child? See? That's another part of the conversation.
And so, but
that is another part of the conversation.
It should not matter.
And I'm going to shout out Dr. Garfield Alexander, because he wrote something on Facebook the other day about people who come here to live, right? And I felt that it was very important. It was a different view. You and I both. My phone answering my conversation.
I'm telling you, that's happening all the time.
But you and I both know that some people are not considered people in our society. So because of that, your child, that person's child, goes to school. Nobody really care whether they learn or not, Unless you are there to advocate for the child, nobody really cares about those children.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that is the problem. That is why she was allowed to. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with local children, but it happens far more with children whose parents are not Kittitian.
And where's the mechanism to make sure that them children...
No mechanism there, thank you.
But...
To put a mechanism there, you have to first care.
That's the fundamental point. You have to care. Because at the end of the day, when we are old and grey, these are the ones who we expect to lead us. These are the ones who expect to push all the different industries, whether it be the private sector, the public sector, agriculture, fishing, tourism, culture, future teachers.
And then the argument to that, the pushback to that argument is, but they're not from here anyway, so we don't expect that of them. Yeah. But why I feel that politics is so important, and I heard this in a commentary, a recent commentary by Doya Astafan, because a lot of people don't want to be involved in politics. They don't want to have any political conversation, because, for a long time, the politics has been tribalistic.
Yeah.
It's, so, but politics is important because of policies.
Yeah.
and true representation. I've said this to even, the Rastafarian community who said they want to mix up, but you don't want to mix up, but you want policies in place that are geared to you.
Yeah.
If you are not, how are you going to be represented if you're not at the table?
Correct. Like I was doing some canvassing yesterday, and I spoke to a lady, and she was cordial and she was nice, and she said, hey, listen, I don't really do this. I don't want to hear much. I don't want to see much on election day. I'll go and make a decision based on that. No, your decision is based on what? If you never speak to me,
Based on her perception.
You're going out to make a decision based on what a soundbite that you hear. It's going on what your friend tell you. That was a perfect opportunity to have a discussion. Hey,
but based on what your
are
family
you doing?
members told you from the past.
Right. What you would do with education? Because I got some kids. What you're doing about the pension plan? What you're doing about health care? Remember, we ain't as young as before, and we're gonna go to the hospital more frequently. What about the sustainability of anything in the country? Solid waste. What are we doing with solid waste? I have an idea for solid waste. Talking to a man and telling me all these ideas have for solid waste. Brilliant ideas. Are we willing to support those ideas? Are we willing to put our hands and our hat and our heart to those ideas to build St. Kitts and Nevis outside of who is the messenger bringing the message? What is important is the message. And we don't. Most of the time we don't. And it's heartbreaking. And that is why on the flip side of it, you find people go all out for the political party because they know once my party lose, dog eat me supper for the next 5 years.
And it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like
Never,
Because
ever.
you are campaigning to bring change for the people, not for one set of people,
Exactly.
not for the people who supported you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not even a smart
Listen,
way to look at politics because, if you should be able to get more support each time you run.
every time. And listen, it baffles me because imagine you're going to be in power and losing support when you have all the resources, when you could just take up your phone and make a phone call for somebody and change their life forever and just sit there and refuse to do it.
To make a phone call. Just a phone call.
I have seen it. One phone call. And you refuse to do it. But you can make phone calls for other things. And that is why I would look and you don't hear about political victimization in the U.S. electoral system. After Trump win, Hinton where
what you mean?
All the Democrats. I don't hear
No,
it.
he ain't telling me all the Democrats, he telling me whole departments. You forget Dodge? We're talking about Trump, Listen.
Yeah, but it's far different down here.
Yeah. But I think, and I don't like, it's a different system.
It is completely.
Because some people just know to pack their bags and go, Some people in the administration,
like
key
in the White
people,
House and
they
all
just
those
know,
places.
listen, time to leave.
Massive
right?
change, so we gotta go.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have to really get rid of them. You don't have to fire them because they just know. Bye.
But you still don't hear, well, Democrats ain't getting through under a Republican-led administration.
You don't hear it because I think it's on a bigger scale. And the ordinary citizen may not be affected. But trust me, it happens. Because if I am a Democrat and I have a project that I'm trying to get off the ground, you don't think Trump will do all in his power to stop me? You don't think so?
But remember, they have lawsuits and all them things that protects against that. Up there, everything is a lawsuit, Up there, everything is a lawsuit, so everybody have to.
And who has the most money will win. So I could go broke waiting for this lawsuit. So, So I feel like it happens. But it doesn't happen with the odd. Like here, you could be working in the most simple job.
Yeah.
And they tell you, bye.
Right.
So I don't think it happens on that level.
I know a lady, a friend of mine, she had a cleaning job. And by the time the government changed, they tell her,
That's a big job, Listen.
it's time to go.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, but anyway, Nubia, we have to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, you willing to open the lines?
Most definitely.
Okay, so
We
we're
hear
going to
from the
take a
people.
short break and we'll be right back.
Sports brings to you iGaming, the ultimate dual gaming experience. Sports and iGaming in one powerful platform, live and legal. Tap your screen, place a bet, spin the reels, cash out fast. No delays, pure excitement. BetCageSports.com. Download the app and sign up today. Play responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Proud sponsor of Cricket West Indies, where a percentage of every dollar played with Cage goes to Windies for cricket and cricket development.
Reliable, dependable, Delta. If you live here in St. Kitts and your tank on E, there's only one place that you should be. Maybe driving in Nevis and you need some fuel. Go straight to Delta. Don't be a fool. Get your cooking gas fast. All petroleum needs ULSD. Everyone in the region is shouting, Go Delta. Premium gasoline in a fully stocked C-store. So there's only one place you should be. Delta Petroleum, baby.
RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited, located on West Independence Square Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts, and the Solomon Arcade, Nevis, offers you safe and reliable transfers at great low rates and fees to 507,000 locations worldwide, with a pickup time of just 15 minutes after your transfer. And for even more ease of doing business, we home deliver and direct bank deposits in selected countries. So if anytime you want to send money to family, friends, and loved ones, at RIA, we've got you covered. With over 30 years of experience moving money quickly, efficiently, and securely across 160 countries. Give us a call at 465-3325 in St. Kitts or 469-3325 in Nevis. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 8:30 in Nevis, and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited.
Back to school shouldn't meet you unprepared. St. Kitts Credit Union's Back to School Loan helps you borrow up to $10,000 with flexible repayment plans, fast approval, supportive terms. Invest in your child's future with confidence, because every child deserves a strong start. Start today at www.skccu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
Mama say, be careful.
we are back at 2:15 as usual. You know, the conversation continues during the break, and we were speaking about the challenges that parents face. Now, we're going to open the lines, but I want to go to our social media feeds and see what's happening there first. So, James Richards, thank you for watching and listening. He says, keep up the good work. Linda Clark, welcome. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your afternoon with us. James says policies are already in place, so maybe we need to enforce those policies. He also says parents need to budget properly and take advantage of the government's social program. That is true as well. Masha Pope says, good afternoon, all. She says, hey, Novian.
Big up Marshall. Destiny.
Ali Douglas says, talk Rasta, man. Novian, you're a Rasta?
What do you mean?
Frankie, good afternoon to you. I wish Pam had brought change for us in constituency number 6 when they won in 1980. They made us suffer like dogs. That's James Richards. Burl, the computer stuff. Okay, Burl, since Novian is campaigning to bring change for the people, is he going to make any comments on the Special Sustainability Zone Authorization Bill 2025? It's been a lot of kickback on that bill. What said Novian? Novian, you want to discuss that today, or are we talking?
We could talk about that the next
Okay.
time. Let's do mix matters.
We'll bring some experts to speak on that. But yes, that seemed to be a hot topic while I was off. Bertrice Richardson, thank you for listening. Talk the truth, Jamie. The difference between the USA and the Federation is that I ain't seen any lawyers on the ground in St. Kitts and Nevis challenging the government to preserve the people's rights or even to challenge the government of the day in any particular issue. Important to electorates or the country on a whole. In the U.S., even the President Trump's executive orders have been challenged in court. That is very true. All of them.
Almost all of them were challenged.
Yeah, they got to court. Okay, so those are some of the comments, so you could get what people are speaking about on our social media feeds. Let's take this call. Good afternoon. Oh, we missed that one, but let's try this one. Good afternoon. You are our first caller for the afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nubian,
Hey.
I was a bit put out by, well, I don't think put out is the right word, but certainly a bit concerned about what you said about being able to make one phone call and change somebody's life. I don't think you meant it in the way I interpreted it, but because, yes, it's true. A lot of people in power can make one phone call and change people's lives. The question is, whose lives? How do you determine whose lives to change? Okay? I would thought that we'd come from the position that we should live in a meritocracy where, you know, you're elevated by merit, as opposed to somebody, a godfather or somebody, you know, making one phone call. We don't live in a dynasty. I remember, you know, one of the things that we criticized Prime Minister Harris, ex-Prime Minister Harris, for was his family in government. It smacked of nepotism, right? And yes, everybody understands that if you're in a position to help your family, you are inclined to do that. But there's a right and wrong way. And you have to remember that they're just one in a number, one or two in a number, a whole sea of qualified people. So I guess what I'm saying is, when you say that one call can change people's lives, You are correct, but you should be very careful in exercising that power, right? It has to be done in a fair, or it should be done in a fair way. And I know that politicians of all stripes tend to abuse that. Okay, that is why, one of the things that always irked me was a steady stream of people who would go to, whether it's the constituency offices or government offices, begging for favors. I think that's demeaning. The politicians encourage it because that's their way of keeping your support, right? And I don't think it should be done that way. Maybe I'm being a bit idealistic, but really and truly, I don't think that's the way to go. And so I would urge you to temper that one phone call a bit and don't pander to our worst desires, so to speak, in terms of getting ahead by using the same crab in a barrel syndrome that you mentioned and climbing your way to the top based on who you know or what clout people you know may have, right? It was just a thought. Might not be popular, right? And I know people will still do it because it's ingrained in the system that you get ahead by who you know, your godfather or your family member or whoever it is in power, but it is not a good way to build a country that is sustainable, people who are independent, people who are resilient, who are prepared to fend for themselves. Those kinds of qualities are not present when you're going to try to get ahead using all kinds of nefarious things. Some of it can include, unfortunately, and we know it has happened in the past, doing all kinds of strange things for the favors, right? Right down from illegal things to other things like prostitution and all those things. We should discourage that. Okay, it's a difficult subject to talk about, but it happens. We know it happens. It will still continue to happen, I suspect, but somebody should mention it because it is not a good practice. That's just my thought.
Right. Well, you see, let me try to answer it quickly. I have seen situations. Now, I understand exactly where you're coming from, and I can agree to a certain extent. But what I have seen is like for a farmer, and this is a real case, where the farmer was struggling and going to the agriculture department and couldn't find any resolution. And on one of those visits, the minister at that point in time made a call. And everything changed. That is the phone call that I'm talking about. It wasn't for any other reason. So sometimes the ministers or the person in power would have to make that phone call because it doesn't matter how much time you go to the regular offices, you wouldn't get through. And that phone call changed the farmer's life completely. And from that point in time, he had a certain amount of success in what he was doing, but it didn't matter what he did prior to that, he was not getting through. So it was only for that reason, Mr. McMahon, not for any other reason.
No, in a utopian society where we have everything in place, there would be no need for people to ask for assistance.
Correct.
There will be no need for people to need assistance. But in situations where people are desperately in need of assistance, desperately in need of help, we're talking help to put food on the table, help maybe for a job, because of whatever is happening within the family, right? There are times where I have seen people have begged for assistance in those places, in those situations, and people refuse to help them simply because they didn't know them and they work out, well, you ain't voting for me. And that was the call that I was talking about. Let's go back to the phone line. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good afternoon. Nubian,
Hey.
I want to make one or two comments which I would like to take note of as an aspiring leader in the political arena. With respect to the textbooks that you guys were talking about earlier, I want to point out to parents and to the public at large that it is important, researchers is established, is settled that the weight of the book bag, the school bag, should not exceed more than 20% of the child's weight. There are a number of occasions when I was in the system, both as teacher and in the management, where I had to cut the number of books in the student's bag and have him or her carry them in his hands, as the case may be, because the child is weighing 100 pounds and the bag is weighing almost 60. But it is a serious matter, and parents should be aware.
And that is why they have the bags.
The suitcase bags that the kids could pull.
So that's one. The weight of the bag or the books in the bag should not exceed more than 20% of the child's weight. That's one. And then we talk about children getting, parents having to spend a lot of money to get textbooks for their children. But then the question is whether, to what use are those books being put? Because as you mentioned later, a lot of the children cannot read, they cannot understand what is written in the textbooks. And so it's a right, it's a ritual that a lot of parents go through, getting the books for the children. But the children, even if they can read, they do not read the textbooks by and large. And I put it to you that is the case. Matter of fact, if you do research, and research is so important, evidence-based, grounded research, we call it field research sometimes, you'll find that at the end of the school year or school years, a lot of the books are still in pristine condition. That is because, indicative of the fact that they're hardly used. They're hardly used. Both the teachers and the students themselves hardly use the textbooks. With respect to teachers giving students assignments to do from the textbooks, do research again and you'll find that less than 5% of teachers not only mark the homework, but even more so correct, because there's a big difference between marking work and correcting the work. A lot of teachers, some teachers might be kind enough to mark the homework. How many of them actually correct the work? In other words, the child gets 5 on 10 or 9 on 10 or 1 on 10. How many of them take the time to go through and ensure that the child understands why the 9 or the 1 or the 5 were wrong and what to do to correct them next time? How many of them take time to correct the work so that the child understands why he got wrong, what he got wrong, and how to avoid that wrong in the future? In other words, to enhance his knowledge base. How many of them do that? Then, finally, with respect to then again, if you examine the use of the textbooks, if you measure the success of the textbooks by the results at the end of the school year, when the children do promotion exams, or when they do CXC exams, you'll find that it was not the investment, the returns were not worth the investment, because the results are far from satisfactory. Right. I spoke about that last time. I want to make the point again that I think we should end the foolish habit of gloating over 1 or 2 students apparently doing well at CXC, 5 subjects, 10 subjects, 100 subjects. 1 or 2 students getting 5, 10, 20, a million subjects. But the other 98% of the students who performed mediocre at best, we're not concerned about that. So we use this one child.
Who did not even get the opportunity to write CXC.
We use this one child to say, see, the system is working well. Look, John Brown got 50 subjects. But what about John Brown's 500 other peers? What about John Brown's 965 other peers who did not get 1 or who barely passed? How about that? But not only that, measure the number of students who entered primary school or who entered first form with John Brown, who got 50 subjects. The number of students who started off with him. Measure his success versus that entire number, not those who wrote it in fifth form. All those who entered primary school or first form with him. And we'll find that our boast is shallow and empty. Brother man, we have problems in education which we need to address. Thank you.
Mr. I guess he's listening, so you can say it. Still.
Yeah, we wanted to say that we were trying to reach out to you to establish contact, to get some content sorted out to bring to the general public, but we'll try to call you. We'll try to call you again this afternoon or whenever to try to get a program done, because Mr. Blake is very knowledgeable as it comes to education and the educational system, what the educational infrastructure and structure should look like. So...
Because it's one thing, like one of the things that I don't want us ever to do is to come here and just point out the problems.
No, that's counterproductive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have to have solutions.
Right.
We have to have ideas that would make things better.
Exactly.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, you're live.
What I want to say, right? Sometimes we have some children do not be going to school. And even if you as a parent see that child and you see them in a certain place that they should not be because school is on, and you tell the parent, oh, I see Pavel XYZ, you know that same parent that you went to talk to about the child end up and cuss you. Mm-hmm. And the child is also hearing the parent cuss you. So the child don't keep doing it over and over. Some of the teachers doesn't know, okay, then the parents too are experiencing certain things, and instead they try to help. They ain't help. You know, they ain't help. What they do, they sit aside and they chat them same students and they chat the parents. So some of the children, then even help them in, you know, like to say, oh, she not alone, she mother said this or she mother said that. So me ain't to care about she or he. You understand? Also, some of the parents leave up a lot of things to the teachers. Even if they have homework, or when you go back to school, the teacher show you me know that day, they going to say, okay, then let me call my friend, let me Google, let me try call the teacher. No, they that because what? They ain't have no time. They're too tired. I work hard, I blow work, I do this, I do that. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. You have a lot of parents and children out there that need help. People knows, and because of, you know, how the parent would get on, they still ain't gonna help. They ain't helping them. I know someone is in something going on with a family right now. And I also, I just say, I wish I could have helped that person. I wish I could help, because the child even telling me that she ready to give up, she ready to dead.
Wow.
Yeah. But I do not have the space to deal with that child. The time I do not have. But who do I speak with? Because you don't find people like that want to help those kind of children with them kind of parents either. So it's harder. Sometimes the children may have nothing to eat.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes the children may go to school because what? They have to take care of the younger siblings because mommy gonna go work. And it's heartbreaking. We can't even also, we can't leave it up to teachers alone. The teachers, them are human. They have their own life as well. But when you see a teacher, a child behaving a certain way, some of the teachers, them too, they just ain't care. So it's all kind of things.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put in that.
Yes.
And I wish that, you know, I could have, you know, talked to somebody that really could have helped this, you know, mother with these children. Because she want help. She need help.
Right.
And I know Nubian, she done reach out to persons. She reached out many times. Many times she was threatened. People there, she was threatened to by the welfare to take with children and all of that. They ain't going to talk to them to find out what really happened. I'm telling you, Nubian, I know.
Well, I don't know. I know some persons, and so we could team up and pull our network and our resources together and see how we can help. So, I don't know if you have any contacts for me. We could.
No, I don't. I don't.
We could reach out and see how best we could assist. I know.
She needs
No,
your
I don't.
contact information. Caller, can you call back at 3? We're like right when the program is finished, so I could get some
Sure.
information from you, please.
Sure, no problem.
I'll pass all the information to Nubia.
Okay, thank you very
But
much,
that's
Amy.
a
I
very
appreciate
important
it.
situation, and we want to ensure that that person has the necessary resources, because life is already challenging when you're not facing all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really bad. Really, when I tell you really bad, Jamie, it is really bad. Trust me.
Wow.
Me don't call in, but I had to call in to put in this one.
Wow.
Because I would love for the mother to get help and, to even get some help for those children.
Right.
Wow. How many children are there?
5.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do what we could do.
Yeah. And even if we're not in a position to help, we, again, put our heads together and find some kind of assistance, right?
Yeah.
Thanks
No
so much
problem.
for calling
I'll call
in.
back.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
yeah, good.
Someone says, wow, this is very serious. Somebody else says, I would like to know where are these fathers to take care of their responsibilities. Listen, a lot of times you are so right. Somebody else says, you are so right. What I notice is the real school year ended and these children didn't even use half of those books. Parents have to work so hard for their children to get their hard labor going down the drain. Sometimes we ask about fathers, right? But, sometimes the fathers are not around because they're not alive. Like, the other day I was speaking to a woman and she had a lot of children too, and the father was sick, and he was sick when she was speaking to me, telling me the problem, right? And he later died, and when he died, right, I felt heartbroken because he wasn't able to work, but he got some money from Social Security and whatever, and in dying, they're gone.
Right.
So I was like, but how are you able to?
Right, navigate them treacherous waters.
Exactly,
at that point
and the
in time.
children were small.
Yeah.
So a lot of people going through it. A lot of people are going through it. Good afternoon. You missed that call. But there are some really, really heartbreaking situations.
Yeah.
And as you
They
said,
are.
when you go canvassing,
Yeah,
you
you see
become aware of these things.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Good afternoon. You're live.
Hi, good afternoon. So I was listening to the program. The gentleman who called and spoke with the statistics in terms of the percentage and what's not. My question to him is he speaking from a local standpoint, or is this research that was done on an international basis? Because I'm a teacher. I'm at home here listening to the program, and he's speaking about the use of textbooks and what's not. Now, ministry sent out an agenda where we have to use the textbooks. The principals are responsible to come around in each class. They have to look through the books to ensure that they are actually being used. It was done for my school throughout the school term of last year. So for him to speak, just so vainly on something like that without really being informed of anything or knowing what he's speaking about, I really felt offended as a teacher. I ensure that, well, not just myself, but other teachers are ensuring that the books are used. Whether you're going to use it as reinforcement, whether you're giving it to them as practice for homework, or sometimes on Fridays we give them seat work, they use the textbooks. Then he also spoke about the fact that students are unable to read and what's not. Yes, that may be true. And he's speaking and saying that nothing is being done. But things are being done. In each school, there is a reading program. At the beginning of each school year, all students are tested. The children who do not pass that test, they are placed in the reading program. They stay there until they graduate from the primary school in grade 6. So it's not a matter of nothing is being done, teachers don't care. That narrative has to be eradicated because teachers do care. Things are being done, workshops are being held, training is being done for all teachers to tackle the matters that people are claiming that, teachers here. And he spoke about marking and correcting the homework. Homeworks are marked, they are corrected. But remember, homework is not sent home so that it is to be sent back to the school for the teacher to deal with. Homework is something that is sent home for parents to sit with their children and assist them. Sometimes a note is sent home to parents stating that your child has a problem with this concept. Sometimes videos are sent along in chats, group chats. I have a group chat, I send videos. Other teachers also do that. So it's with the homework thing now, it's not just, I'm going to send home the homework and I'm going to send it back because your teacher's going to help you to deal with it. No, it's something for parents to also take an initiative to actually be involved in their children's learning. So that comment made by the guy, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because, like I said, he's speaking of statistics, yes, but is he speaking on local statistics, or is that something that he did that was American?
Well, he was a former. He's a former principal.
Former principal,
right here.
The question is,
so,
ma'am.
So I'm not certain.
Hold on, ma'am.
Go ahead.
What school are you a teacher of?
She ain't gonna answer that. Ask her what level.
Because what happened now is that, like you just mentioned, Salah Secondary School. There are schools that obviously do more than some. You understand? And so, even though she might feel offended in a way that comment was passed, because in her school it's done differently. And the other comment might be passed about another school that he knows what's going on in that school and probably just wants to see better. So, even though I understand what you're saying.
Carla, you're speaking about the primary level or the high school level?
I'm speaking about the primary level, and it's not just the primary level, but all schools in general. What may happen in the high school may not be happening in the primary school, but once an agenda is sent out by a ministry, it goes for all schools. So the difference, the only thing that is different is the learning level. That is it. But like I said, once an agenda is sent out by a ministry, it applies to all schools.
Okay, and so you are saying that this is what happens in all schools.
This is what should be happening in all schools.
Should be. That's the salient point. Yeah.
Networking with other teachers, it happens in most schools that I'm familiar with. The teachers there, it happens there in their school as well. Okay. So I'm not sure which school this isn't happening in, but as I said, teachers network with each other.
Okay.
So, we speak, we converse with each other. These are things that are happening. Sometimes we contact each other to ask, well, I'm having this issue with this concept. What other ways do you go about doing this? We get strategies and what's not from each other. So it's just something for me. I'm confused, like how and why is this not happening in schools, as whoever said.
Or maybe it was happening in the past, or maybe he's speaking up from a standpoint of the past. Maybe he's speaking about when he was a teacher, right? But in addition to that, you mentioned about homework and parents having to take their initiative with homework, right?
Not a homework thing.
Right.
To be honest. To be honest, you go and you put your child in school for 8 hours. Work the maths behind that there. 8 hours your child spend in school with a teacher. And that teacher now, like, for my children, I could only speak for mine. My child might have one teacher giving him Spanish homework, integrated science, the geography teacher send homework, the maths teacher send homework, the composition teacher send homework. Everybody send homework. And so you say, well, okay, sit down and cool out and watch a little TV until 5. And then we're going to start to study from 5. And sometime after 9, you're still there sitting down, because by the time you're done geography, then you gotta go on to social studies, and then you gotta go on to integrated science, and you gotta go on to agricultural science, and then you got a next project to do. Sometime after 9, all the child do all there is just homework. There is no bonding time. There is no...
Bond while you're doing the homework.
What? And so there is no coordination between the teachers. You got so much of things to do during the day. Your child ain't getting a chance to be a child, to bond with the brothers, to do exercises that help them in terms of character and different things and social
And you're
skills that they
speaking
need.
based on the high school level.
No, high school and primary school.
Well,
High
no,
school.
you can't say primary school because with primary school there's only one teacher per subject.
What?
That's it. One
My-
teacher
ma'am,
teaches all the subjects.
My
Not in every
child
school.
goes to convent school.
Well, convent, that's a private school, but let me
And
speak to the
is
government schools. There is
homework
only
for
one
every
teacher
subject
that
every
teaches
afternoon.
All subjects.
But I wanted to ask you, the question I wanted to ask you, because you spoke about the homework and parents needing to take the initiative. No, because I taught as well, and I know that there are some parents. My concern is not really about parents like Nubian who has the ability to help his children. But what about, is something in place for those children who do not have that parental structure at home, whose parents cannot help or ain't interested in helping at all?
So you're asking what is in place for
I'm
that?
asking if there is something in place to assist those children.
There is nothing structurally set in place to assist the children, but as I said before, the homework, it is sent as a form of reinforcement. If let's say I'm going to send home homework today on subtraction, everyone is going to bring it in. Maybe 2 or 3 children might not bring it in because, as you said, that's not the structure at home for parents to assist the children. If they come back to school with the homework and I'm going to sit with them and I'm going to help them with the homework, then how is that fair to the other children? You know, sometimes we do it, but then sometimes we also have to take a step up informing the principal, where she might have to contact the parents, have meetings with them, and involve the guidance counselor to find out, well, what is happening, what is the issue. If indeed the issue is that they don't know what to do because maybe they're not intellectually of that ability, then we try to get something in place where it's either you get an auntie to help them, whether you allow the child to go across by maybe the neighbor, a student within the community where they can get the assistance as well, something. But we cannot just sit there and decide that, okay, well, we know Mark's mother isn't going to do the homework, but I'm going to just send it to him still, and he can just bring it back, and that's going to be it. No. We try to seek out different ways in which we can assist that child.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find
What if
out.
Mark's mother has a second job and she's gone all afternoon? So,
Well, then that is something that Mark's
is there
mother
a program?
has to-
Is there a program that the school could set? Because I know schools who closes at 3 or close at whenever they close, and from up until 5 o'clock, you are allowed to stay in the school and get assistance to finish your homework. Would that be a better approach?
That's only if the school has a homework program, because there are some schools that have homework programs. But the schools that don't have a homework program, basically the outline that I gave before would be the same outline. Once this is something that's repeated, we contact Mark's mother, ask, well, what's going on? If she says the second job is taking up the time, she's unable to assist Mark, then we try to find ways in which we can help Mark. But we can't just allow Mark to just bring back the homework each day, and the teacher is the one who has to sit with him and help him to do the homework. Because sometimes homework, Mark, it's collected. So then, like I said, how is that fair to the other children?
Correct. Do you think a homework, after-school homework plan or policy should be something that every school should adopt?
I do think that is something that every school should adopt. But I remember a caller, the lady who called before, as she said, teachers also have a life outside of school. They too have children.
But then you see, that is where policies will come into play, because I don't think it's fair to ask a teacher after working all day to just stay back and help children, right?
Right.
But maybe somebody can be hired,
Retired teachers.
Right.
or a retired teacher, or
Right, right.
somebody like that could be hired to
Come in at
come in
3:30.
at 3:30, and that would be the
Right.
start of their day, because I would imagine that you're drained after the entire day,
Right.
especially teaching at the primary level, because you're with the children all day. So you get somebody to come in at that time, somebody who is vetted, of course, and and they can assist in those things.
And it would also help them put a little extra money in their pocket.
Exactly. So these are all ideas that I think can be looked at.
Yeah.
Right? But I understand, I'm happy to hear that there are certain things in place. and certain things should be happening. What I will say to you is that based on information that we have gotten, those things are not happening in every school.
And that was my point of trying to
right? So maybe we need to report the schools where it ain't happening. I don't know. But these things are not happening
The issue
in every
is
school.
that at the end of the day, and I applaud her because I am glad that she got offended because it shows her passion for what she does.
Exactly.
Personally. And probably need a lot more like you out there. In schools out there that was willing to step up and make sure you go above and beyond for what you love. You love to see your kids get through. You want them to get an education. And these are the type of a conversation that we would want to have. Setting up after-school policies to make sure that our children don't fall behind.
Exactly.
Nobody fall behind at the end of the day. And it's easy to fall behind when there's tough economical situations and a parent have to go and find an extra job and leave them home with siblings probably the same age, and Abba can't help Saba, and so you either do the homework incorrect, and as Blake said, do the homework incorrect and nobody ain't check it back, or you just don't do it at all, and the teacher saying, well, it's unfair that everybody else do the homework and you ain't do yours, so I can't help you. And there is no solution to the issue.
When it comes to some of these homework projects, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really think some of them could be given as group projects within the classroom, eh? Because when you're going to send a kindergarten child home to make some kind of model of something, y'all know the trend ain't doing now.
We know that. Trust me, we know that.
Right? So it disadvantages some children because I may go out of my way to do it. Yes. Right? But then another parent ain't here, so they're not going out of their way to do it. And then that child is left feeling like, he's less than because he doesn't have the nice, fancy project.
Yeah, they tell him to make a volcano.
And to with what you said, I was saying that's
and
why
the electricity thing.
That's why we have a criteria. It's not only just about the children doing the project and they have to come in with the project and you just grade the project. No. You have to, I do oral presentation. If I give a project, you have to tell me what materials were used, how you did it, what was the steps taken to get the project to how it is now. You have to tell me these things. If you cannot tell me these things, then I know you didn't do the project and you will lose marks.
And some of them to elaborate too. Because build a farm, a volcano. Listen.
And you see, I'm sorry to say, but we have to also follow the curriculum. So sometimes you see these projects coming home, it's what's in the curriculum. Mm-hmm. I know for sure the volcano is one that is in the curriculum.
The volcano not that difficult, but some of them real difficult.
But some of the projects...
The electricity one, what that one is?
Like a circuit,
the electrical circuit.
Yeah.
Thank God I had friends who was able to do it for my child. Because
teachers are getting up and saying, do this project, but we're just following the curriculum. Whatever is set in the curriculum, we have to follow.
And a parent just messaged me. She said, too many parents pay people to do the projects. That's another thing.
True, right.
That is true because... Yeah. Right? But I want to thank you so much for calling in because it's always important to get the information from the experts, the people who are dealing
and that's
in
the
this
same
field.
Thing we did last week.
Yeah.
So probably she could call back after and identify herself and come on the show.
And we're going to try to get Mr. Blake to come in. So maybe you can call him and engage him.
Sure.
But the thing is, though, the reading thing, I'm happy to know that something is in place, but there are many young adults. Let me not say many. There are young adults who cannot read, right?
True.
And for me, it's kind of disheartening because it closes off your world.
It does.
Right.
Not being able to read is just it's sad.
I know people who would only send me voice notes, and they would, and I did not pick it up until somebody said, "Yeah, you realize he just only send your voice notes. Send your voice notes because he can't read. I've
dealt with people who can't recognize their name on a schedule, and because they're in that situation. Well, you would know when children struggle like that, when they become adults, they become very angry and they're always quick to lash out at you because they feel like, inferior. So I'm happy. Caller, I have another question. I just remembered. How do you handle children who don't speak English in your school?
Well, I have never come face to face with that, but I can speak at about not Irish Town. Irish Town, as we know, it's a school that's mixed with, we have English speakers and Spanish speakers.
Newtown too.
And Newtown too. What I'm aware of is that there is a teacher there who speaks Spanish as well. So I was informed that when they have the language art session, so most of the children, they would go there to that teacher and she'll have English with them. That's where they would learn the English. Just like how you have Spanish in high school where you learn Spanish, it's the same for them. They go there and they learn the English.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in and shedding light on these issues, and we hope that you become a frequent caller to issues.
Yeah, even we could do a nice show.
Well, I don't know how you're going to become a frequent caller when you're teaching during the day, right? But we enjoyed hearing from you and getting the information.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's go back to the lines. We don't have much time left, but good afternoon, you're live. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Takes village to raise a child.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad that the teacher called in and said that there was something in place.
Mm-hmm.
Never a fait accompli, because education evolves, societies evolve.
Mm-hmm.
But until we begin to deal with educating our children at the level of family planning, they're always going to have issues. But that's for another subject.
I was just about to tell you that. That's a different show. Austin may not understand. Now your topic for tomorrow.
Austin, keep calling me. One of these days you gotta come sit down in the studio, you know. Austin
ain't gonna sit down with you, Nubian.
Why Austin, you wouldn't sit down with me?
Of course. Why not?
Okay, just check
He
it.
ain't gonna sit down with you.
Nubian, you
What you
made
said?
a point. The point was made about victimization. And I want to say, because I hear the complaints from labor supporters who are upset, some, that persons who victimize them
Are still there?
are still their seniors up to today. So that is one point that I wish to make. But let me tell you why I think we're having problems with Nubia. Because we're comparing it with the U.S., with England, and all of those places. These are systems that have the avenue for political parties who are forming the administration to bring in political workers. The political workers, and I would say they should be paid at a higher salary scale because they have no job security. They serve at the behest of the administration, and their tenure ends when the administration leaves. That is why you won't hear individual complaints in those big countries, because the system takes care of that. It is unfair and unreasonable for you to ask a person, a political party, let me put it this way, to ask a person to put themselves on the line, to provide resources, be it financial, human, or technical. And when that party wins, there is nothing for them. Because those who are there think that they should stay. And the input of those who are coming in should not be recognized. It is the system that is creating this. I've always advocated for it. And I can say that the Prime Minister has mentioned it. But there needs to be reform in our system. Because unless we are going to be frank enough to understand that political parties make it into government by partisan political contribution, and so there must be ways that they can reward or recognize the contributions of those persons. Our system needs to take that into consideration. And so people who want to remain in the civil service and just work from administration to administration, they don't have to worry. Because the political parties will know I have 50 people that I can bring in. And on the other hand, those 50 who came in with the previous administration know that when that administration life ends, their work life in the service ends.
Oh, okay. Mr. Edinburgh, thank you so much for your contribution this afternoon. I realize you want to take over the airwaves on Freedom for the entire day.
No.
You take over the news, you're taking over Hot Topics, and then you're going to be on tomorrow. So, yeah, we could continue the conversation tomorrow. It's always such a pleasure to hear from you.
That's all. I just have to make that comment to Nubia.
Okay.
All right, man.
You're going to invite me on your show too?
I don't have a problem. I will.
Okay.
When you going to do it? Sunday?
No, I have something planned for this.
Okay.
But
The following Sunday?
But you will know because you don't have to contact him.
Me have to contact him while I look like Nubian secretary?
No, but
I'm going to give you his number.
You have his number, I don't.
Yeah, it's easy for you to get the number.
I'll text you Edinburgh.
Right?
Okay, all right. Do that.
Thank you so much. And guys, be sure to tune in to Mr. Edinburgh's program tomorrow. I don't even know if he's hosting it or announcing it. But hopefully he'll be here tomorrow. Good afternoon. You're live.
And good afternoon, everybody out there in Radioland.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pemberton. Thank you so much for
Mr. Pemberton.
your birthday greetings.
Yes, I did it on the compulsion, not of the external sort. But I could not have gotten off of the radio, not after hearing that, without expressing my heartfelt sentiments, which will remain unvaried into perpetuity. I sincerely love what you represent, and you and Mr. Nubian is his name.
That's right.
What a tag team. You all team up to give me a 1-2 punch, knock me out. But I'm fighting. I'm fighting for your cause. I'm fighting for you. Congratulations. Congratulations, Julia. That is your daughter's name.
Right. Yes.
Nubia out there, wherever you are, I hope that you are listening to Dad. Congratulations, you did well. Keep on keeping on. The sky is the limit. As they say, you came from good stock.
Very good.
But Julia, I will pause to celebrate this next step you have taken on the time-hallowed ladder of education. Education, how daunting and sometimes prohibitive the expense. Nevertheless, parents, you must. Jamie Nubian, I heard you all speaking about some mind-racking expenses involved, but you must find a way invoking the oft-used truism. Necessity is the mother of invention. And while we are at it, I might as well congratulate Staffiska Pemberton, my niece, for crushing 2 more subjects.
Fantastic. Congratulations to her.
Hello?
Congratulations to her.
Thank you so much for reciprocating. That would make a sum total. Now, hold up right now, because I'm going to offend your delicate sensibilities over there with your congratulations, because you ain't into people who are piling on subjects. Well, this is going to
No, that's not what I said. I said that I don't think that it's necessary to do all your subjects in one time.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You do that. Save your brain power. You get in the door. And then you could diversify. But congratulations, sister, she's going on to do 9 more.
That's good. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, so
excellent.
Congratulations, Staffiska, darling. We are collectively and individually proud of you. Keep on striving. Dad grew up in a trash house, you see. I guess any one of you, none of us here ever saw one. But Dad grew up in a trash house. He died 2 years ago at 87, age 87. He was a distinguished educator.
And Mr. Pemberton, you know what I'm going to say to you? I was able to pass, not just pass, well, me and telling I am a business, but I was able to pass English when I was in third form. And you know why? Because of your brother, Leroy Pemberton. He taught me English in third form.
Oh my God, I gotta say congratulations on the
He also taught me.
I call him that, Leroy Pemberton.
He also taught me at CFBC, a fantastic teacher.
A fantastic teacher. Well, I am so happy that you are here to give us. Hey, it's a small world, you know. But look here. He gave to you. Freely ye have received, freely give. Because now that same English that he honed you to perfect, you are now utilizing it as a most effective tool, not only on the news, but in the afternoon time to bless hearts. A lot of people are addicted in you, you know. Hey, a lot of people are addicted to you, you know. You are highly addictive. I hope you stay. You ain't no drug dealer. No, you are not.
And,
you are not.
And my distinguished colleague, well, friend, said that he was my 4G1 homeroom teacher. So, see, Mr. Pemberton did very, very well. He was able to make me excited about English and excited about literature. So, tell him I said that. I sign it for the world to hear.
I certainly will. He taught with Dad too, because Dad taught afternoon classes with him for about 20 years, English too, and now another one who just went up to CFB, Stafford Pemberton.
Yes, he taught in the afternoon class as well.
No, but he's up there full time now.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, fantastic.
All of us are over here, but as I was telling you, Dad, and I know we are late, but Dad, he was very poor. He came up in a trash house. And he used to always say, with a sense of pride, you see, he used to say people could have been just as poor as us, but not poorer. Don't let poverty stop you. While very young, though, and brilliant, he took the scholarship exam and he got a perfect score in math. And he was promptly admitted into grammar school, which in those days was a passport to success.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And social inclusion. From there, he went on to Cave Hill. And when he went on to Cave Hill, the rest, as they say, is history. He did it up. And so, I am saying to the parents, I am saying to the mothers and the fathers listening, when Dad came back from college, he drilled into us. He literally drilled it into us. We couldn't walk out unless we did our homework. All of us had all of our books. Now, here is the rub, right? Of all of the children, all of them went to college with the exception of myself. I wanted to be a rebel. I was too iconoclastic. An iconoclast is one who attacks tradition, traditional beliefs. But guess what? I'm brighter than every one of them. Daddy told them that. All of us came 2 years later for the most part. The teachers say that. They would tell you that. And yet, if any one of them walking to claim a job right now with me, irrespective if I could do it better than them, who would get the job? They will. And you heard me banging my mouth for politicians up here. When they won, when Tim won, he sat me down and he said, even in government, without a piece of paper, the government can't save you except you work for menial wages. So to the mothers, I'm encouraging you. Dad broke the cycle. All of the children of my siblings have been to college, have good jobs. And who are not in college now, they are in school or waiting to go to college in good jobs. Only one of them in that position. So I close by saying, Daddy broke the cycle. Parents, you, however poor, you can break the cycle too. Tomorrow, they say, belongs to the man who prepares for it today. The children are our future. So, to get the best future, rather spend every dime on your children that you have in your hand, because they are the future. Secure your future by securing your children's future. All of the best.
Thank you so much.
Future outcomes possible. Good afternoon. May God richly bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Again
Hamilton.
for everything. And good afternoon, folks.
Thank you so much.
One of these
for
days, I
that
got him do a soundbite for me, you know.
Yes,
I need him to do a soundbite for me.
Definitely. And I think that's a good way to end today's program on education.
Just one.
You want us to squeeze
okay,
in this
just take
call?
the last one.
Good afternoon. You're live. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
He late.
Lucy, what happened? You forget what we on?
Sleep.
This is Lucy.
Oh, sorry. And Lucy.
Yeah. Jamie, you hear something about birthday?
Oh, it was Friday.
Okay. Later birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it is now.
Yes, because they go ask to pass the G4.
He's coming. Yeah, he coming. I'm going to source it out. I have a guest for next week. And I'm going to try to get him the week after. Okay?
Okay. Do something.
And I tell him all the time that you call and you ask about him. So yeah, he'll be back. I actually have to call him though.
Okay. See if you can get in touch with Kimberly Knight for me, and even bring me just a couple.
Kimberly Knight.
Kimberly Knight, the poetic.
Yeah. Okay, no, I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
You want us to get her here?
Yeah, they bring you on the program.
Okay.
I can inspire some other child across the federation.
Okay, no, I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Right. And let me just put in two of them now. One, then the word, you hear the name homework. So if the teacher start with the child, they think that no homework. You know. The child is supposed to bring home the work. But this is the other point. No. The child bring home the work, and sometimes they don't know the basics, and now the parents themselves can't help them too. Like one time, you see one parent, they harass their child. And what they might tell the child, and somebody said, no. Let the child know the basics. So when they go back to school the next, suppose the teacher say, how you get them? And he can't say. Just like how the lady teacher say. They go ask you, and if you can't, you understand me say? Mm-hmm. Right. So the basic, and you get the basic, you can work more. If you not got the basic, they will know the parent. And this is what the homework for, you know. Since now that the child now can make no headway with the parent home, and they will know the parent now call the teacher to get help. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, that's my little bit.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in. We always look forward to hearing from you. It's 13 minutes past the hour of 3, Nubian.
Yeah, so I just want to close by saying two things. We just had Hurricane Erin pass, and it made history. It developed from nothing to Category 5 in 24 hours. And it became a dangerous tropical system. Now I'm monitoring something else, like something else. Well, two other disturbance, and it might be.
So we're keeping an eye on those.
And we need to make preparations early to stay safe, make sure our families are safe, make sure our communities are safe, make sure everybody is safe, our animals, we livestock, we houses, everything. So do everything possible to prepare, and make sure everybody is safe at the end of the day. The other thing that pertains to our back to school, I'm doing a back to school, and Natasha Shanigwe Brooks in constituency number 1, the political leader for the People's Action Movement, is also doing her back to school event next week, Saturday, I think it is. Up by the Craft House area in the street up there, where it's not only back to school, I'm guessing it's a soup pot and
soup kitchen.
Yeah, it's all them sort of stuff up there. And I just got word that in every constituency, the People's Action Movement will be assisting with back to school supplies. So at least it's not just something concentrated in Central Bastia or McKnight or Newtown, it's around the whole country. So that's a plus for regular folks who find it difficult to get these supplies.
Fantastic. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and choosing to spend your afternoon with us. It's a Tuesday afternoon, and we are back with Hot Topics Live. We hope that we don't have to break anytime in the near future,
right.
But, we'll roll with the punches. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. This is how we are going to end the show for today.
Yes.
Freedom FM is life. 106.5 Freedom FM.
Hey there. Let's face it, life happens. Bills pile up, surprises pops up, and sometimes staying on top of payments feels impossible.
But don't stress, we've got you. Our debt evaluation and restructuring program is here to help you breathe easier.
Here's the deal. We work with you to restructure or refinance your loan. No cookie cutter solution here. It's all about you.
It's like hitting the restart button on your finances. And the best part is super easy. Here's how it works.
Step 1. Pick up that phone. Call us at 465-2288 here in St. Kitts or 469-5416 for Nevis. Or just pop in at your nearest branch. Isn't that easy? Step 2. Book an appointment to see one of our delinquency officers. We are ready to serve you. Sit down with us. Spill the tea on your financial situation and let's work it out together.
Think of it as your financial glow-up.
The Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, making a sustained positive difference in your life.
For all your electronic wants and needs, shop at Smart Electronics and Island Electronics for the best deals and prices. Visit any of their 3 locations at Value Mart Complex, Farms Estate in Nevis, Port Zante opposite the food court, and Island Electronics on 4th Street, right in the heart of downtown Bastia, St. Kitts.
Get up to 20% discounts or very special deals on a wide range of high-brand electronic items from LG, Samsung, HP, Panoramic, and more that will satisfy your every desire. They also have specials on cellular phones and accessories, washing machines, refrigerators, microwaves, air conditioning units, portable air conditioning units, Bluetooth speakers, stoves, blenders, juicers, flat screen televisions, and a host of other items.
And hey, don't forget, they also do in-store repairs to your cellular phones, laptops, and television. Call them now at 466-4271 or 466-7648 in St. Kitts and 469-4270 in Nevis. Established in 1996, Island Purified Water has prided itself by providing purified bottled water in 13-ounce, 21-ounce, 1.5 liters, 5 liters, and 5-gallon sizes. Pick up a bottle or two or a case or two from retailers island-wide on St. Kitts and Nevis. Quench your thirst, refresh your body, and stay hydrated by drinking some water from the best water people today. Call us now at 466-7517, 668-7573, or visit our head office in Newton Ground, or call us on 466-6772 or 662-4653, or visit our outlet located in Westbourne, God.
High five to compliance excellence. CRCA Conference 2025, October 23rd to 24th. St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Registration now open. Join the Caribbean's premier compliance conference, where professionals gather to innovate, negotiate, educate, collaborate, comply. Earn 2 days of CPD credits, recognized by ICA and ACAMS.
Experience cutting-edge sessions, global insights, and dynamic networking, all in stunning St. Kitts. Who should attend? Company directors, attorneys and legal professionals, accountants and auditors, DNF BPs, compliance officers and MLROs, banking and financial professionals, TCSP practitioners, regulators and government officials. Register now at www.crcaconference.com/registration-now. Contact us at support@crcaconference.com. It's the CRCA Conference 2025 at the St. Kitts Marriott, October 23rd and 24th, 2025.
A historic treasure returns to its rightful home. Celebrate the triumphant return of Brighton Estate to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, through December 31st, 2025, citizens and residents are invited to rediscover the magic and magnificence of Brighton Estate at exclusive, once-in-a-lifetime introductory rates. Whether you're planning a relaxing staycation, a grand celebration, a private event, or just a peaceful moment to reconnect with nature, Brighton Estate is your backdrop for unforgettable memories. Tour the historic grounds, host your special occasions, or simply recharge under the sun. It's all yours to enjoy. Call us today at 662-5772 or email brightonhouseskb@gmail.com to book your experience. Brighton Estate, restored for the people and waiting just for you.
It's back to school at Eye Care Express. Get ready for the new school year with our amazing offers throughout the month of August. 20% off the full package, which includes lenses and frames. 10% off purchasing lenses or frame only. It's Lucky Dip Thursday. For all school children, participate to win the gift vouchers, compliments of Apex Bookstore. And hey, this offer runs from August 6th to September 13th. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 465-2020 or 669-5954. We are celebrating 28 years this month, and so the management and staff of Eye Care Express would like to take this opportunity to say thank you for your valued patronage for the past 28 years of providing exceptional quality care only at Eye Care Express. Eye Care Express, we lead, others follow.
Make back-to-school shopping easy with Quartz Ready Cash.
Get a chance to win a laptop plus free school supplies with every Ready Cash loan. No security required, quick approval, and hassle-free within 24 hours. Apply today and get everything you need to get them ready for the new term. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Conditions apply. Offer ends September 30, 2025.
It is important that we pay our mortgage on time at NAC for your future security and a peace of mind. It is important that we pay our mortgage on time at NAC. It's your responsibility and it's also mine. The management and staff at NAC want to encourage all who hold the key to keep up to date, pay your mortgage on time for your future security. It is important that we pay our mortgage on time at NAC. We help you build equity for a peace of mind. It is important that we pay our mortgage on time at NAC. We help you build equity for a peace of mind.
The National Housing Corporation NHC is located at Park Range, Bastia, St. Kitts. Easy no mind.
I love our company, Jenkins Funeral Home, because each day for over 65 years, we come to work motivated to give you first-class service. We take care of you and your loved ones during the most difficult period of your life. We remove the stress and worry that comes with losing a loved one. In fact, due to the confidence in our company, we have taken care of heads of state, those in public care, and in families from infants to grandparents, including the prearranged. We have been able to do this due to the acquisition of first world education, knowledge and skills, modern equipment, and facilities. We are available to you 24 hours per day. At Jenkins Funeral Home, we take care of you and your loved ones.
Natural you with Fruta. The juice with the great flavor. What? Nothing nice like Fruta. The best juice come from the nature. Where fun and flavor collide. Perfect thing for nice up the vibe. Live Fruta full, yeah, that's my style. With Fruta, every sip liver smile.
Live Fruitaful. Look for us on the shelf with our new packaging. Enjoy 100% natural juice flavor. It's so fresh.
Live Fruitaful with Fruta.
Authentic Chinese food awaits at Walk and Roll Frigate Bay. Enjoy irresistible sweet and sour chicken, sizzling stir-fry noodles, or mouth-watering crispy roast pork. The list is endless, and Walk and Roll will bring it straight to your door, absolutely free. Purchase any of your favorite dishes and get free delivery from July 1st to July 31st. Call 869-465-2870 to order today.
Our green economy and me is this year's theme for the second annual Miss Earth Princess Pageant, hosted by the New Rivers Farmers Cooperative. To make this show a success, intelligent princesses will grace the stage with agriculture pride and passion. Come on out on September 20th at the NEDAX Cultural Complex and represent your school. Nevis Academy, Joycelyn Libert Primary, Charlestown Primary, Montessori, Maud Cross, and St. Thomas's Primary. Admission, adults $30, primary school children $20. So, remember the date, Saturday, September 20th, the NEDAX Cultural Complex is the place to be for the second annual Miss Earth Princess Pageant.
We are the world. We are the children. Trust in NCI, come to NCI, protect with NCI, only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always. Whole life, term life for your peace. Healthcare, health plans, no worries. Home shield coverage, you're safe. Choose NCI to secure your space. NCI. Come to NCI. Protect with NCI. Only NCI. Always here for you, always. NCI is here for you, always.
Freedom FM, Freedom FM, Freedom FM, 106.5 FM.
Indians on the warpath, start Indian chant. Hands up, you love the Indian. 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 Move! Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Kimo Sabi Indian chief came and said to me, for carnival I want you play an Indian jam style. I love your band and the way you jump their party gang, man you really send them wild. So I got my pen and paper and I start to write this song. The Indian spirit fell in me and made my thinking strong. Them walking and everybody jump with the new vibes band when we come down Jubemon. The Indians screaming, shouting, new vibes is the greatest. Lord, the music really turned me on. With their hands up, hands down, whine to the rhythm when we start to sing this Indian song. Aye, yow, 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 aye, yow. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Indians jump. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. An Indian brought a message from the big ship right away, inviting you by band to Indian camp today to honor we for the melody and the sweet music that we put into the song. All of us was squatting in a circle on the ground. A pipe of herb to smoke was passing all around. I felt red smoke in my head, my eyes were red, and then I turned and said, hey, the Indians screaming, shouting, new voice is the greatest. Lord, the music really turned me on. With their hands up, hands down, whine to the rhythm when we start to sing this Indian song. Aye, yow, 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 aye, yow. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Kimo Sabi Indian chief came and said to me, for carnival I want you play an Indian jam style. I love your band and the way you jump their party gang, man you really send them wild. I got my pen and paper and I start to write this song. The Indian spirit fell in me and made my thinking strong. Talking and everybody jump with the Indian when we come down Jubemon. The Indians screaming, shouting, new voice is the greatest. Lord, the music really turned me on. With their hands up, hands down, whine to the rhythm when we start to sing this Indian song. Aye, yow, aye, yow, aye, yow, aye, she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. When the band them strike, I jump in. Liquor in me head, I drink it. Sexy body, girl, them whining. I don't give a damn, I'm jamming. Music in me blood, it's flowing. Even if it's me alone, on the road. 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 Me alone, on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone, whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone, whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. I can't wait to misbehave. Walking up on the Juve stage. It's gonna be bacchanal, 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 bacchanal. Right up in here, I'm ready to prance and wave. Don't need the bad company, who nest all over me. When the band them strike, I jump in. Liquor in me head, I drink it. Sexy body, girl, them whining. I don't give a damn, I'm jamming. Music in me blood, it's flowing. Even if it's me alone, on the road. 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 Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Carnival for all of we got the sun is a queen. Fetching it with it from morning till night. Soca music, I just bleed. No room for crime or greed. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Beat the drums, beat the drums. When the band them strike, I jump in. Liquor in me head, I drink it. Sexy body, girl, then whine it. I don't give a damn, I'm jamming. Music in me blood, it's flowing. Even if it's me alone, on the road. 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 Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission. Me alone on the road. Me alone in the party. Me alone whining and she. It's me alone and a mission.
Freedom FM 106.5 FM.
Yeah, it's all about what we say. Big up EK, you know what I'm saying? Island Rhythms, yeah, we getting it down. 869, Freedom FM 106.5, we live.
So infamous I represent for EK. Me listen you every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will now bring you probably the best in the world.
EK!
We're now ready for takeoff. Fear not, my friends. This will be my greatest performance.
Your man is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I was distracted by something that came across my timeline. Well, two things. Good afternoon, St. Kitts Nevis. How are you doing? Ike checking in. I know it's going to be a show. I feel talkative today. I don't usually feel talkative, but I feel talkative today. I just feel like going viral and causing some problems today. Stressing out a few people today, so yeah, I've been bored. I was bored, right? I watched videos on YouTube until about 4 or 5 o'clock this morning, and I went to my bed. Wake up must be about minutes to 1. Yeah, that's how bored I be right now. The bills I'm going to see about this, because from tonight I start to work until next week Monday, every single night. Because the bills I'm got to pay. The bank calling, codes calling, everybody want their money. Only me not call nobody who owe me. How much it you paid. But anyhow, that's besides the point. Here we're going on now. 3:45 is on the clock. It's a Tuesday. Got a funeral going on outside my doorstep there. This is the second funeral I pass in 2 days now, back to back. But yeah, we really got to take stock of our life, you know. People are dropped down fast, you know. And people still so miserable in life. People are dead every single day. And people still so miserable. Note one, me come across a life, a man abuse, a woman abuse. And guess what I abuse over? Labor. And the two of them are labor. Boy, what is wrong with that? Boy, me tell you to something, I stop saying, I know a lot of you abuse me, but you're shopping in because you fall into the category. I don't tell Dr. Joe long time, partner. Forget the policies. Forget trying to put things in place for kitchens and divisions. Just open National Bank, open the CBI, open the Treasury, and just let them take out all the money. And let it be done with. But you try make policy and try make footprint and create this and create that. But just give people money. That's all. I think it needs people want money. They want nothing else. Just money. Oh my God, mo. And nothing could count people money like them. You mustn't tell them how to spend the money. Point one. You do the budget wallet, the bills and say $250 a month, not enough. Then the bills and say you can't tell them what to do with the money. But we want help. You can't tell her what to do with the money. Like, me not understand how them two things they go together. And you tell them up front 6 months. So they got 6 months to plan out their life, see what they got to do, ba. No. They say extend it. Me mama ya. You can't tell them don't get a lot of little nigga. And you can't tell them how to raise a little nigga, but they want to tell you must give them money who help them with their life. Don't tell me go school and loan and stuff. Just give me a lot of money. And if you got a lot of money, then you're the problem. But once upon a time, you used to think so, you know. Once upon a time, you used to work with rich people. But they do what they do to get their money. And you ought to not do what you're supposed to do who get you money. But you want to work with everybody else. But you can't live so. Me mama. Well. Don't tell you what to do when you in my bedroom. You can't tell me how to live my life. You can't tell me who there with it. And then they go there with the old joker who now look after the little nigga. Then they want to come on social media and abuse how the father now look after the child. And the government need to do something. Okay, here. Well, you can't tell me who spend it. So you can't tell them what to do. But they want the most help. People are, we go change our attitude and our mentality. Can't go both ways. Me mama. So the two of them down there abuse both doggy. But you see, want Douglas, you know. I don't know how so much I remember, but there was a time when every single afternoon I came here. Everything Dougie said, I take it and I try it with him. And I laugh. Want to talk about Dougie by Dougie, a boss. And I said to him in a serious note, because some people don't know the difference between being serious and being, you know, a comedian and, you know, doing satire and what's not. Some people don't know the difference. Some people take everything serious. Only when they are puppy show themselves, they want to see him as taking things as a joke. But anyhow, I tell him on a serious level, partner, stop let people walk up and down with your name. Stop let people say what they want about you, when they want, how they want. Some people do not know their place. If nobody remember nothing at all about you in life, they're going to remember your name and they're going to remember what people walk and say about you. In America, you can't say what you want about nigga, you know. They throw a lawsuit on you. But you got some people just feel like, because there's such a thing as freedom of speech, they could just say whatever they want. You know how it be true? It could be half true. It could be piece of lie. They work out something named freedom of speech and me could say what me want. You know what, sir? You have certain freedoms, yes, but you still have to exercise some form of decorum, some form of common sense, some form of know what it is the hell you're doing. You can't just go out and do what you want just so, you know what, sir? And I warn me good Dr. Douglas, stop let them people there write your narrative who you. Because they're going to really make people feel like you're the devil who true. And so said, so done. Now the man ain't the prime minister no more. He still can't get a piece of his name. I don't understand St. Kitts Nevis, nigga. He can't get a piece in St. Kitts, he can't get a piece in Nevis. They say, oh, use the prime minister for the two islands. Okay. Barring what the Constitution gives responsibility for me to do and to oversight and what's not, let me put a federal office in a Nevis. Me judgment. They run him out of Nevis, I don't want to up, yeah. Be the prime minister, but just send over all the money. By history is a funny thing, you know. That is what you see. I personally take a serious decision to just coin a whole half from politics along, because some people are just talking, you know what I say. They just feel something in the moment and they just run off the mouth. Like today, they wake up and they realize they don't have no bread. Oh, a Douglas fault. But then remember when the mother and the father tell them, go school and learn your lesson. So you could have a fighting chance in this life. No, me not go to school. Me want to be a bad boy. Me want to be a bad girl. Your mother tell you stay away from boys, you walk out, you not stay away from boys, because your mother know what she say, she try to keep you down. So then you look now, whoops, you push out a child and you're not done with high school yet. So you come out of high school with a child and no subjects. But all of that are Douglas' fault. Because Douglas should have been there to tell you not to study with boys. And Douglas should have been there to tell you that the boy where you give the child for must look after his child. All that Douglas' fault. No, don't get me wrong, you know. Politicians supposed to make policies to chart the course of how the country's supposed to go. Where everybody's supposed to be prosperous. About good God Almighty, school free, food free, The book them been free because they had the self-program. The little nigga them take the self-book them and mash them up because we didn't pay for them. So now we not have a self-program. Mind you, they say the children them can't loan because things expensive. Okay, fine. You got organizations that do back to school drive every single year. You name them, charity groups, you name them. The government say, all right. One government decide we want to have a school meal program. Where we going to feed the little nigga them. Since the parents them can't feed them, we going to provide some kind of feeding for them. So even if they not eat this morning, at least they got something to lunch to eat. The same parents them still turn on and abuse and say, how dare you give me child macaroni and beef? How dare you give me child rice and something else? How dare you? Mind you, they can't do it to themselves. But they still turn on and say, what is this that I cook your people children? But I swear to God, you can't please say Davis there. No matter what it is you do, you can't please them. In a Jesus' name. So here we're going on now. And next government come and say, okay, since you can't afford the textbook because they're expensive and you're poor, no problem. We're going to provide the textbook then. Okay, see, I gotta get information, yeah? The textbook assistance is still there, it just ain't called self. But I remember during my time in school, it called self. And sometimes when the book them bring back the book them no have no page, the cover all mash up. Because if you in grade 3, you use the book them. When you don't use the book them, you carry them back for who in a grade 2 to use them in a grade 3. Sometimes the book in there. Ask anybody who went Sunny Point, they will tell you. So it's still there. If you need it, you go get it. But then they want to tell you when and how to help them. So it was free of cost. Nobody make sure that the things them were looked after and taken care of. They get mashed up, they get destroyed. So now you got to pay a little sugar cake so that the program could continue. They work still. Me mama. Mother. They still works. Then when you look now, technology advance, and next government, mind you really me not name no government, because I want I just go and look it up and see. And next government come and say, okay, fine. Let me move away from the textbook. Let me add something to the textbook. Laptop. Me mama. The little nigga them got a laptop. Guess what? People still abuse and say that no enough. They say, oh, we don't got no internet. All right. So I provide the laptop. I got to provide the internet too. And still got to pay your current bill. So what you supposed to do? Because that is how our people think. And maybe the politician them free to say so because they still want you vote, and then they tell you exactly how I be and vote them because I gonna work. But nobody vote to me, so me could talk. The most I gonna do just abuse me in your little chat room, and then when I see me, I say, Ike, and I know for a fact I don't like me because I the chatting, but in front of my face I still a smile. So me no really care. The politician them ain't gonna tell her, but me gonna tell her yo. Cause me don't hear the confusion. Me don't see the wah. I remember when the budget wallet first come, you know, a girl messaged me, she said, Ike, you think it's right that they give you the $250 and then want to tell you how to spend it? ain't too far from giving a lot of bad word in WhatsApp, you know, but I say, you know what, Ike? You're a child of God, don't do it. So I just left the message there, I never even open it. Me sure all know we still there between the 760 messages that still got unread. Because how? You say you want help. Okay, food bills. These are the bills that you could pay. These are the supermarkets that you could use to buy food. You want to tell me how to spend the money? Well. Then they come on and they booze and say, oh, you give people money pan JAD, and now we not got no data pan now we phone no access the JAD. So I must give you the laptop, give you the book, give you the school meal, make the school free, right up to CFBC. I got to put that up on your phone. I got to give you the 250. But what the hell you supposed to do? By me hope this is so weird to I know that made us a point out how why your argument them dug up on social media, you know? You balance a lot, things hard, nothing to do. Okay, fine. Let's see how we could stop the wastage and make sure that the money goes to do what it is supposed to do. Me mama they says, we not got no data for now, we forward. So we gonna use the JAD. So you got phone to do all kind of foolishness with. But something of this important I have a phone, who do you use it with? By how else supposed to please are you? How else? But you just can't make up them things, you know? How else? If I would just like sit down and just take a step back and see some of the arguments them that I would put forward, look like a man going to go up on social media and say because he gets 6 Vienna sausage and he can, Labour got to go. Now when next man pop up today say that the name St. Kitts and Nevis and the logo for tourism ain't on the Patriots uniform, so Labour got to go. I realize that the Patriots ain't belong to St. Kitts and Nevis. Like, I even understand? And if the national flag is being represented, plus all the other sponsors and so, how the hell you make that a point of contention? And then the man turn on and start to abuse somehow. National pride and you can't talk to nobody about the national pride. As I tell people, don't go St. Kitts Music Festival. Me won carnival since God knows when. I mean, you got some people never went to nothing for carnival because Labour in power. And then me live to see a government change again in 2015, only for some people to just pop up all of a sudden to be on carnival again because the government changed. And now you come and talk to people about national pride and so, and patriotism. Boy, make up all your mind. Oh my God. Well on the Labour. I hold on, they look like I get a missed call. I hold on, don't go nowhere. right, so I got some information here for you guys. But let me get back to my point. Me buy, me no buy. But you see, the thing is twofold. And when I've been say from since Noah built the ark, that we got a kind of bad-minded nature now in the country. Yeah. People think a joke kind of make. And some people even took it personal and decided to take out the taxes on me. That's why I made the post the other day and tell small businesses, be careful what you say on social media, because it could come back to haunt you. Me not tell you so who sell your soul. Me not tell you so to be no silent dummy. But I'm just saying, there's a priority. You must look out for self first. You understand? Preserve yourself. When you don't reach to a point where you're successful and you can stand on your own 2 feet and you don't have to depend on certain things and certain people, then you could talk. But in your growing stage, when you're just coming up and you're going to need to network and you're going to need somebody who in a room who might know you, who might give you a blight, you got to be careful because people take these things personal. May I tell you so from experience? You see some of the things that me talk on the mic here? A lot of people that just take it to heart. They don't listen with an open mind and an open ear. They listen with their emotions and they take it to heart. I might not mean them, I even know them from nowhere, but what? They hear me say something and then I like what I say and they they turn me make enemy. So when they're in certain position and somebody say, bah, yeah, we need to hire EK, yo. Not he. Let's get somebody else. And the people I'm trying to figure out, well, why you say not EK? May I tell you, big meeting with big people, you know. Big people. And a group of people say, by EK is the best person for the job, yeah. Him man know what you do. Just because I say something pan the radio station, yeah. I say something pan me snap. And he rub the person the wrong way. They hold on to that for dear life. And no matter where people try to convince them and say, by the way, EK they work, they say, no, not he. He said something about labor last week. By not he, remember 2 years ago, he said something about Pam. By no, you can't give him the work there, because he not go against Timothy and Mark Bradley. No give him the work there. People of St. Kitts and Nevis, me don't live it all and experience it all. And they feel like when they do them thing, they like nobody gonna come back and say. Of course, people gonna say about EK, we try to get this work in because we think you're the perfect person for this, yeah. But somebody in there say by not he. Because this is the nature of our people. Them they prefer to see something go to dark doo-doo before they give somebody who didn't like a walk. This is the nature of doing business in a small country. Me hear Jamie them talk this afternoon. Watch ya. You see, if you got an issue with somebody and the service is trying to deal with it, they only got to call somebody and say, oh, them there harass me. Them they say me child this and me child that. And the person say, man, lad, no, do it so. Just so that they could save face, only for the children to suffer. It's a small country, this is what we gotta deal with. A man gonna get up and say, this system ya not work. Mind you, when his government was in, the system was perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. Now a next government in, all of a sudden the system no good no more. This one fix and that one fix and this one fix. But if you're going to talk out of two sides of your mouth, how anybody is supposed to take anything what you say seriously? And that is why I think we still have so much of problems in this place till today, you know. Because people talk out of two sides of their mouth. You have man who in the civil service for years. And they never utter a word. But now that they retire, they know all were wrong. Well, if you can't fix it from within, how the hell you gonna fix it from outside? And then when people not take you serious now, you vex to high heaven. And when people call you out and you crap now, you take it too hard. Like for instance, a touchy subject, fair share. No. Me tell people this fair share thing is a mystic one, you know, because if you look at it without emotion and without prejudice, you could see that it's a political football. Call it for what it is. Don't care how how we get nuff up and fluff up and nice up. The Constitution make a provision. What the Constitution said that the supreme law of the land. Well, if you not do it so, how else you want to do it? And then you want to turn to the common man and tell the common man, the law is the law. Yeah? So the law only good to poor people. Okay. And when you point out these things, they push up their mouth and they say, God, you don't like me. This is the nature of the country that we live in. That if you disagree with somebody and you point out something or something flawed in the argument, they think you don't like them. And they do anything within their power to see to it that you suffer for what you say. Is the truth? Ask Elimat. Is the truth? You see, in life, when you do things the right way and you speak truth to power, you're going to offend a lot of people. Ask Jesus. Ask Jesus. The next time you go on your knees and you beseech the Son of God and His holy throne of grace to give Him His praise and to ask for His grace and His mercies and His goodness, His guidance and His protection. When you done do all of that, have a little conversation with Jesus. Ask Him how He was treated when He walked among human beings. When He walked and lived among His Father's creation. The good book tells you that Jesus Christ was God's only begotten Son. He sent His Son down here with we to save us from our sins and to show us by example, to teach us how to live, to have compassion, be empathetic, be truthful, be holy in your thoughts and your behavior. And what did humanity do with the man there? The man where they say walk on water, the man where they say turn water into wine. And God knows human beings love a good alcohol. He turned water into wine at a wedding. This is why today I can't even understand why is it that when you go to a Christian wedding, not even a beer they have in the cooler. That's a big problem for me. But anyway, that's besides the point. He turned water into wine. The man feed a multitude of nigger. with fish and loaves. Everywhere he went, people follow him. He make the blind see. He make the deaf hear. Man, he even said that even the prostitutes and the harlots deserve some love. He without sin cast the first stone. Some either go church every Sunday, every week. And he come down here, do all of that there for humanity. Notwithstanding the main purpose of his birth, which was to sacrifice himself so that we could have everlasting life. And what did human beings do with he? What did they do with he? Man, they whip him, they humiliate him, and when they're done with him, they string him up on 2 pieces of wood between 2 teeth. And then a soldier take a spear and drive it in his side. Kill him. Oh yeah? Some of you never even make a decent glass of lemonade yet. And he come down here and turn water into wine. And they do he that. Well, you never make a decent glass of lemonade in your life. What do you think people gonna do with you? Because the Bible tells us so, the heart of man is desperately wicked. That's how they be. So all me try do is to just remind you guys. But I mean, like preaching, but sometimes you got to preach, you know. And sometimes when you talk about the things what you went through, people say, oh, you keep going over the same thing over and over and over again. Well, you too. Because everybody's hurt is everybody's hurt. But sometimes some of your hurt is self-inflicted. And that is a reality. Sometimes some of us inflict on ourselves. Some of us traumas are self-imposed. Because your destiny, mind you, is charted by a series of decisions that you made. Whether you want to call them mistakes or missteps or mishaps, they were decisions. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is power. You have to seek knowledge. Good God Almighty, Isaiah questioned the Bible, said, lean not on your own understanding. Seek knowledge. But some people don't want to seek no knowledge. They just want to wallow in the ignorance. And then when their destiny starts to take shape now, they blame everybody else but themselves. The system no like me. My mother no ain't like me. Dr. Douglas no ain't like me because he no give me a chance. My teacher no ain't like me. The bank no like me. Everybody no like you. Everybody no like you. But for all them people that don't like you, you never stop and think that maybe, just maybe, just a small chance that maybe you got something to do with that. When people tell me they don't like me know why they don't like me, you know. Me know why, you know. when them girls abuse me and so, me know why they don't like me. I know. I may pretending not to know. I know exactly why. But some either play blind bar team us. And no matter how we preach and teach, some of you still won't get it. If you want your reality to change, change some of the decisions that you have made and try to reconcile them and try to do better. Everybody makes mistakes, bro. But it's what you do to overcome and correct those mistakes. Because if you got two choices, you either go down road A or road B. For God's sakes, if you go down road B and you realize that down there now walk out to you, you gonna keep going down there? And then turn on and works with the stone them and the snakes and the pothole them. Jesus Christ, you know, try cut through some bush and see, well, but let me see if you got another road. But gone are the days when we held people responsible for their decisions. Now is everybody else's fault. You had 5 jobs in the past 2 years and every last one of them fire you. And instead you take a look at what you are doing that causes these 5 employers to fire you. You develop a serious hatred for the 5 employers. But you see, if somebody actually pay attention in class and in school, you would have learned about common denominators. Some of you feel like learning in school is a waste of time. But it's what you call applied sciences. You know the theory, and so you can apply it to every aspect of life. 5 jobs in the past 2 years. And instead of looking at the common denominator in those 5 different situations, you walk out, you're going to develop a serious hatred in your heart for everybody who ever fire you. I could even take it a step further. All your relationship them fail. And you know, walk up by, let me go therapy and see if me are the problem. Let me go see if me are the problem. I hold on there, I got some information. You know, what's that I got information? But you went to preach. Long time me ain't preach, boy. So long me ain't gone to church. Okay, so information, by way of information, East Bastia comes alive with football action. Wednesday, 20th August, 6 p.m. Southside Football Club Antigua versus J. Scott Community Policing team. On Friday. So the match Wednesday, right? For tomorrow, instead of the match starting at 6 p.m., it's going to start at 5. As the St. Kitts Football Association having a female knockout. Right? So, instead of 6 o'clock on the flyer, like it said, it's going to start 5. I hope you understand that. Those who are part of the situation there. Yeah. So, tomorrow, instead of the football game starting 6 o'clock, it's going to start 5 o'clock. So, please be mindful. Okay? That's over on the Newtown playing field. So, you're going to start 5 instead of 6. I hope the information reaches you well and you understand what's going on. So, back to reality now. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to stop it. And stop it bigly. Sometimes we gotta look at ourselves and see that by are we a whole problem. Are we is the whole problem. Like for instance, sometimes if you don't make it personal, people think that you're better than them and you got life so perfect. For instance, the amount of bite me don't get. Hot head. I don't believe somebody could have survived them bite there. Some real bite now. But me know what make me get bite. I'm being blind to that reality. I know exactly why I got bitten. Some people get bite and then I want to come to the realization that them are the problem. Like for instance, Uma would say, man just bad. No, man ain't just bad. You get bite for a reason. Because somehow in the back of your mind, you feel like you're God's gift to man. That you're absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. You're the most wonderful person on the face of the planet. Because you put on nice makeup and nice clothes and you got a nice body. And we. Okay, cool. All that is right. But you ever ask your man, what is he like? But he can't give me, we want it, he want it. No, that ain't it, you know, friend. Sometimes you not good. And sometimes you're dead like a hospital bed. You don't make the noise, you don't move, you don't do nothing at all. Yes, when he come home, he food done cook and he house clean and he clothes and wash, but Lord, you're miserable. You spend 2-3 hours on the phone yapping and gossiping. Every pan knock you gone out. You're not got no kind of emotional awareness. You only worried about you and yourself. You used to be loving and nice and comforting. Now you're just brass and brazen. But you never ask your man that because as far as you're concerned, you're perfect. And I shouldn't get bitten because I'm perfect. Yo, nothing to talk about. And a man gonna walk out by me, give me woman all the things she want, clothes, shoes, money, way. Me work hard to woman, provide them with a good life, and she still bite me, partner. You got to understand, woman. They only just say them things that mean something to them, but really and truly, their currency is time and attention. If you out your work, how much hours? 14 hours a day. And when you reach home, you're tired. And when you're day off, instead of spending time with the woman, you walk out, you just want to watch cricket or basketball, or you just want to chill, you don't want to do nothing. Guess what? She side man who no have no job, who can't get not even 2 penny who up together. He got all the time in the world to sit down and listen to she yap and go on and on about things that he not really too interested in because for he know when she done yap, something going in she mouth and he gonna be alright. You understand? You on the other hand, you ain't too concerned about all of that. But the side man is. Every now and again the side man gonna carry her over Peninsula up on Boardwalk Hill. Yeah, and stretch out the linen. Go a little skinny dipping. You don't want to go outside no more. You used to go outside in the beginning, but now you don't want to go outside no more. The side man doing that. Because here what's going on. They like chaos and they like excitement and they like unexpected things. You good with your routine. So that's why I get bite. I know this. It's a hard working man. I have time for them things there. So a lot of men feel it because they're spending their money and they're working hard for their family, but she ain't supposed to bite me. You get wet. What blows an old clothes to you, sir? You think that is all now? My partner said, man get bite worse than he buy. How long ago you get bite, partner? Let me see. How old the child be? By that one bite that you talk about now, who decades now, or one bite there. Me tell you, me get bite all my life. But stop it, see. Anyway, send me a copy and chat you buy the truth. Because we don't understand one another. I was looking at something the other, right? And a therapist said, the main reason why man and woman always go apart is because of uncommunicated expectations. And you see, I'm problem with the guy with the little nigga them, because we expect we little nigga them to just know things. No, they're not things, they're stupid. Bad. So how your partner supposed to know you like a certain thing if you not tell them? Who go tell them? But some people feel like, and you could tell me which one the sex is that do this, some people feel like you're supposed to read their mind. You're supposed to just know. How the hell are you supposed to know? You tell me nothing. You're supposed to know. Babes, you okay? Yeah, me good. Alright then, cool. But she want you, and the man them could attest to this, she want you to just know that something wrong, because 2 weeks ago, when you go down the road, you say something and you bother her, and then she tried to do something where you say last year, February, and something where you do like 10 years ago, and she tried them 3 things there together, and she works with you now for 2 weeks. And you must figure out what the hell wrong. Because I can't tell you. And when she do start to talk now, you say, well, what? How the hell me supposed to remember me said to you last week, Tuesday? You were supposed to pull me up then, but no, that's too much. You don't. No, I can't tell you right then and there. I got process it. And then she sit down and she build up on that. So this is something when you do last week, Tuesday, that she works with you. Then this week, today be Tuesday again, this is another week now. Then you either say something or do something that she works with you now. So that's 2 things now. And all of a sudden, she not say nothing. Then when you think now all is well and you're going to look a little comfort and love because you miss your woman. No. So now, you not get none honey. And in the week there, she done start to talk to 2 different men who she vent to. Mind you, you are the problem, you know. She not tell you what the problem be. But she don't tell 2 other men what the problem be. And she know them from nowhere. They buy them not even pay 1 bill. But all they do is slide in, she DM and tell a girl you look sexy. And that is it and that is all. A man bite you. She tell everybody else what the problem be except you. Talk truth ever lie. Uncommunicated expectations. And then there's another problem where one of the sexes believe that they do no wrong. And the only thing wrong here is you. Like today, right? One of my Facebook, me WhatsApp contact them. Something I post, right? I'm going to read it to her. Hold on. So a young lady posts up and say that instead of being combative with your man, as a matter of fact, let me lie listening to yourself, so because I don't want to misquote her. I know me like to bring facts and stats. So I'm going to lie here, what it is she say, and then I tell me, based on the response, I'm going to get back to the point. Listen carefully. I listen.
Somebody asked me, how do I feel about women that try to control men? And I'm going to say this.
Hold on there, baby. I want to start over again. Start over again.
And I'm going to say this. Ladies,
You listening? Go.
I know it's a few reasons why you want to control your man. And one of the reasons is because sometimes I feel like love and effort is not enough. So if he piss you off, you give him silent treatments. If he don't text or call back quick enough, you writing disrespectful paragraphs or blocking his number. If he hanging out, you blowing up his phone, telling him he ain't shit, you don't need him, and you're done fucking with him because he ain't
Lord, those sweet miss.
moving how you want him to. You ain't cooking, cleaning, no coochie or nothing. Doing
You understand? So she doing all of that there and the man still work. I want to get to the good part.
Come home, instead of being combative, do this. Baby, I miss you, but enjoy yourself. Dinner almost ready, and do you need anything else? Nurturing him with feminine energy.
Okay, good. So I hope I get that. I apologize for the bad word. I didn't know she's swearing there. But anyhow. And somebody else swear more than us, so I relax myself. So she said, instead of abusing the man and sending these long, and Lord knows I don't get some long paragraph, right? Who's supposed to read all them things there? And sometimes the paragraph they mean even make no sense because they're talking about one thing, then they bring in something else and tie it into by one lot of confusion. But anyhow, the whole gist of the thing is, instead of being a rah-rah, because we're going to go back to the Bible again because somebody be the biggest Christian on the face of the planet, it is better to live in the corner of a rooftop than to share a home with a miserable woman. The Bible says so to me. Works with God. The Bible says so. So all the young lady is saying, instead of abusing him and telling him, oh, you wait, wow. Babes, I miss your body, you know. Because you work all the time and you just feel like you want to stay out. And I miss you, baby. So I got food ready, you. Everything done start out, see when you come home. If me pick up my phone and read a message like that there, you know real, right? My lads, I gone, you know. You understand? Fellas, I gonna catch you later. Baby says she miss me. So me go home. I don't care how much drinks they left to go through. Once I get a sexy message like that there, I go home. Trouble when I reach home now. So now, a young lady see the video there and she say, well, what if we doing all that and he still act right for a couple of days and then go back to his old self? Oh my God. So me ask the young lady, so wait, are you perfect? Don't you do anything wrong in the relationship? Don't you have bad habits? You love Jesus all day, every day, and don't sin? Because I want you to follow me now. Remember the first point I bring out where you got a particular gender in the relationship, feel like only them supposed to do all the correcting because they never do nothing wrong, never say nothing wrong, never do anything wrong, they don't have no bad habits, only you want fix. Well, you would be surprised at the answers them. Okay, cool. I smoke on that for a little while. The answers is nope, I am not perfect. Yes, I do things wrong. Yes, I have bad habits. I say, okay, follow me now. How many times have your partner approach you or talk to you about the wrong things that you do and the bad habits that you have and the imperfection that you have? You know, and say nothing. I say, oh, okay. So you got bad habits, don't say nothing. He accepts you for who you are, and he still loves you, still provides for you, still treats you good. You do wrong things, and he don't make it no big deal. He don't vex with you for 2-3 weeks, not talk to you and all them kind of foolishness. He don't send a long paragraph, give you and the wah. So, why is it you feel the need to always be correcting your man like he's your child? When he accepts you, flaws and all. Therein lies the problem, ladies and gentlemen. And in this country, in this world, you dare not correct a woman. How dare you? Man didn't even tell you, he got to accept me how I be. Otherwise, he can't get me. But you must change, you must be better. You must be damn near perfect. Otherwise, I feel like something missing. And then she lick a boy upon you. Only to find out that the man where she bought you with ain't half the youth where you be. And then she got to circle back now. And then when she circle back, she still expect you to treat her like a princess. Eh? Eh? Still expect you to treat her like a princess? You understand what I'm telling you? So imagine all of that.